This video was made for educational purposes only. Hello my fellow thrill seekers, and welcome back to Mostly Mysteries, where we unravel the unknown and we tell the untold stories of life's biggest mysteries. Today's story we will be discussing the captivating and well-documented case of the Beast of Gévaudan. So, grab your detective hat and join us on this journey as we attempt to unravel the secrets behind this truly mystifying case. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also go ahead and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on new mysterious content just like this. Well, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Werewolves, typically known as mysterious creatures of folklore and myth, have captivated human imagination for centuries. The tales of humans transforming into wolves or wolf-like creatures under the light of the full moon have been passed down through generations, shaping cultures and beliefs around the world. One of the earliest recorded accounts of werewolves dates back to ancient Greek mythology. The story of Lycaon, a king of Arcadia who was transformed into a wolf as punishment for serving human flesh to the god Zeus, is one of the first known werewolf legends. This myth laid the foundation for the werewolf archetype as a symbol of savagery and punishment. Throughout the Middle Ages, Europe was gripped by fear of werewolves. The concept of lycanthropy, the ability to transform into a wolf, became intertwined with witchcraft and demonic possession. People believed that individuals could shapeshift into wolves through dark magic or curses, leading to widespread paranoia and witch hunts. In the 16th and 17th centuries, Europe experienced a surge in werewolf trials, similar to the infamous witch trials. Accusations of lycanthropy were taken seriously, and those suspected of being werewolves were often subjected to brutal interrogations and executions. So, therefore, the fear of werewolves persisted, fueled by superstition and ignorance. The image of the werewolf began to evolve in the 19th century with the rise of Gothic literature and Romanticism. Writers like Bram Stoker and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle depicted werewolves as tragic figures, cursed with their affliction and struggling to control their inner beast. This shift in portrayal added depth and complexity to the werewolf mythos, transforming them from mere monsters into complex characters. In modern times, werewolves have become popular figures in literature, film, and popular culture. From classic movies like The Wolfman to contemporary series like Teen Wolf. The allure of these shape-shifting creatures endure a full-body transformation that consists of breaking every bone in the body. These werewolves now embody themes of transformation, duality, and the eternal struggle between man and beast. While the belief in werewolves as literal creatures has waned, the fascination with these mythical beings continues to endure. The history of werewolves is said to be just a testament to the power of storytelling and the enduring appeal of the supernatural. Whether feared or revered, werewolves remain a timeless symbol of our primal instincts and our eternal quest for understanding the mysteries of the unknown. But there are some cases throughout history that truly make scientists and skeptics question if there may be some truth to the legend of lycanthropy. And today's story happens to be one of them. The Beast of Gévaudan is a heavily documented case that takes place over a 3-year period, in the 1700s, with plenty of witnesses and several victims. Witnesses and victims all claim to have seen, or be attacked by a very large wolf-like creature that was heavily aggressive, had an elongated head and glowing red eyes. And the one thing that all the witnesses, and all the victims said, that was most intriguing about the situation, was that just because the Beast of Gévaudan may look identical to a wolf, they all can agree on one thing, which was that the Beast of Gévaudan is definitely not your normal wolf. From 1764 to 1767, in the historical region of Gévaudan, located in southern France, and in adjacent areas, about 100 children and women were killed by a so-called beast. Many others who were gravely injured but survived the attacks were also present. Scientists do not contest the series of attacks, because they're supported by a wide range of historical records. Researchers assert that wolves, or a mixed breed of domestic dog and wolf, are responsible for the attacks on the victims. This hybrid assumption stems from the account of some kind of unidentified canid that was shot in June 1767 and was reported to have peculiar physical traits. But a critical analysis of historical sources, such as the writings of the French abbots François Fabre and Pierre Porcher, showed that this animal had nothing to do with the beast's attacks, and neither did any other wolf that was destroyed in Gévaudan. The beast was generally described as a wolf-like canine with a tall, lean frame capable of taking long strides. Its head was elongated, like a greyhound's, with a wide mouth resting atop a broad chest, pointed ears, and a flattened snout. There were also rumors that the beast's tail had a tuft at the end and was noticeably longer than a wolf's. The beast's back had black streaks, and its underbelly had a white heart-shaped pattern. Its fur was described as being tawny or russet in color. That one animal, known as la bête, or the beast, was responsible for nearly 95% of the carnivore attacks on humans in Gévaudan between 1764 and 1767. The remaining attacks were unquestionably carried out by both rabid and non-rabid wolves. Since wolves were a common species at the time, the rural populace could recognize them with ease. The fact that wolves were so common and easy to identify in these days further proves that the beast really must not have been a wolf. But, if it wasn't a wolf, then what was responsible for 95% of the attacks on the people of Gévaudan? The first known attack by the Beast of Gévaudan took place in the early summer of 1764. In the eastern region of Gévaudan, a young woman named Marie-Jeanne Vallée saw the beast approaching her while she was caring for cattle in the Mercor forest close to the town of Langon. But the beast was repelled when the herd of bulls charged at it. It then launched a second attack, which they drove off. Not too long after, the beast's first official victim was named, Yana Boulette, 14, lost her life in the vicinity of Les Hubacs, a village close to Langon. But, the beast didn't stop there. Soon after the first attack, it would be followed up by more attacks that were reported in the area during the remainder of 1764. The people were quickly engulfed in fear as the beast was frequently preying on lone men, women, and children who were tending to their livestock in the forests surrounding Gévaudan. According to reports, the beast appeared to only target the victim's neck or head. By the end of December 1764, there were whispers going around that the murders might be the work of two animals. This was due to the fact that there had been so many attacks in such a short period of time, and a large number of the attacks seemed to have happened or been reported almost simultaneously. According to some modern reports, the beast was seen with another of these animals, while other accounts state that it was accompanied by its young. Then, the beast attacked Jacques Portefaix and 7 of his friends on January 12, 1765. They drove it away by sticking together after multiple attacks. King Louis XV eventually learned of the encounter and gave Portefaix 300 livres, with the remaining 350 livres to split among his friends. From 1781 until 1794, the livres served as the medium of exchange for both the Kingdom of France and its forerunner, West Francia. The king also ordered Portefaix to receive public education. The French state was then ordered to assist in locating and eliminating the beast. Captain Duhamel of the Dragoons from Clermont-Ferrand and his soldiers were initially dispatched to Le Gévaudan, where he came dangerously close to shooting the beast multiple times, only to be stopped by his guards' incompetence. Following that, Jean-Charles Marc-Antoine von Messel-Dianeval and his son Jean-François, 2 experienced wolf hunters, were dispatched by King Louis XV to dispatch the beast. The Dianeval family brought 8 bloodhounds that were trained in wolf hunting with them when they arrived in Clermont-Ferrand on February 17, 1765. The 2 went hunting for Eurasian wolves for the next 4 months, thinking that one or more of these creatures was the beast. But as the attacks persisted, François Antoine, the king's only arquebus-bearer and lieutenant of the hunt, arrived in Le Malzou on June 22 and replaced the Dianevals in June 1765. Soon after, they came across a large gray wolf, standing 2.7 feet tall, 1.7 meters long, and weighing 60 kilograms, was killed by Antoine on September 21. The neighboring Abbaye de Chazes inspired the name Loulou de Chazes for the wolf, which was reported to be fairly large for a wolf at that time. Some attack survivors debated, and further identified the animal as the perpetrator, after noticing scars on its body that they said may have been caused by victims defending themselves. After being stuffed, the wolf was transported to Versailles, where Antoine de Beauterne, Antoine's son, was acclaimed as a hero. So, believing he killed the beast, Antoine remained in the Auvergne woods, so he could begin hunting for the beast's female companion and her 2 adult pups. Antoine managed to find and kill a female wolf and her pup, which appeared to be bigger than its mother, within a matter of days. The pup tested positive for having a double set of dewclaws, a genetic deformity common in the Barouche or Beauceron dog breed. After being shot and struck, it is thought that the other puppy passed away as it fled and hid between the rocks, never to be found. Antoine killed all those strange wolves, but he kept his doubts in fear of the one pup he could not find, that possibly could have survived, not to mention if those wolves were the actual beasts or not. After returning to Paris, Antoine was rewarded with a sizable sum of money, more than 9,000 livres, not to mention recognition, titles, and awards. The villagers then started to live their lives fearlessly, once more believing that the beast was finally dead. And life seemed like it was finally getting back to normal, until December 2nd, when 2 boys, one aged 6 and the other aged 12, were attacked once more, raising the possibility that the beast was still alive. It attempted to seize the youngest, but the older boy was able to repel it. More attacks soon followed, and just like that, the people of Gévaudan were once again living in fear. And as some of the shepherds saw, the beast this time displayed absolutely no fear in the presence of cattle. Attacks close to La Bessire-Sainte-Marie are said to have resulted in a dozen additional attacks leading to demise. Most believe that a local hunter named Jean Chastel is credited with killing the creature that ultimately signaled the end of the attacks. On June 19, 1767, he shot what was thought to be the creature at the slopes of Montmouchet, now known as La Somme d'Avers, while on a hunt led by a local nobleman named the Marquis d'Apquier. The sworn account, which Abbé Fabre reprinted, stated that Chastel used a combination of buckshot and large-caliber bullet that he had made himself out of silver. Following that, the beast was taken to the Marquis d'Apquier's castle, where Sog's surgeon Dr. Boulanger stuffed it. The Marin report on the beast is a transcription of Dr. Boulanger's post-mortem report, which was written by Notary Marin. When the animal's stomach was opened, human remains were discovered inside. The wolf, according to the Marin report, was exceptionally large, this animal which seemed to us to more than likely be a wolf. However, it is remarkable and strikingly different in size and shape from the wolves that inhabit this nation. It wasn't any wolf we had seen before, they stated. Additionally, 300 individuals from all over the world who visited him attested to this. Numerous alternate theories, such as a fictitious lion or a malevolent monster, have been put forth in opposition to the commonly accepted interpretation, which is based on the majority of historical research, that the beast was a wolf or other wild and undiscovered canid. So what was the Beast of Gévaudan exactly? There is no shortage of theories as to the identity of the murderous beast we just described in this story. The Beast of Gévaudan terrorized a whole province of France from 1764 to 1767, and claimed upwards of 100 victims, mostly women and young girls. Some think that the beast was possibly, perhaps a single enormous wolf, or maybe a number of wolves in a single pack, or even a large number of different wolves in a number of separate packs. But most experts think that is highly unlikely, and so do I, and let me explain why. Wolves usually do not attack people. Throughout history, wolf attacks on adult humans by healthy non-rabid wolves are rare to say the least. Also, the villagers in the community at the time used to kill around 700 or more wolves every single year, so they all knew exactly what a wolf looked like, and could defend themselves against them easily if needed. All the witnesses were certain that the animal that was attacking the community was not a wolf, but an animal that they have never seen before. That is why it was immediately christened La Bestia, or the Beast. Also, wolves can have a white breast and underparts, as a large number of witnesses said in their descriptions that the beast had white breast and white underparts. And indeed, as that is how it's portrayed in many of the contemporary illustrations. researchers have stated that only a hybrid animal could exhibit this pattern of coloration. Furthermore, wolves do not strip the clothes off their victims, neither do they decapitate their prey. But both of these characteristics were displayed on more than one occasion with multiple victims. Some researchers theorized that the beast may have been a striped or spotted hyena. This theory is more plausible than an enormous wolf, and it actually fit the description that was made by the witnesses. It was also possible due to the import of exotic animals in Europe at the time. But then again, this theory also has its holes. Hyena are known to be scavenger animals that usually don't hunt for their prey. Also, most villagers at the time more than likely could also identify a hyena. And if they couldn't, Roch Etienne Marin surely could. He was the king's notary that carried out a very detailed autopsy of the beast that was slain last. And in his autopsy report he was adamant in saying, and I quote, "This creature was, without doubt, a canid of some kind." But what kind he said he could not be sure of. Then, in a blog post, a man that goes by the name, C.R. Rookwood, suggests another exotic solution. He theorized that the beast was a mesonychid, which is a prehistoric mammal and very large predator, with a huge head, long tail, and had hooves instead of feet. This animal does fit the description closely. Plus, some descriptions given by many of the peasants who saw the beast reported that the beast did in fact have hooves instead of feet, although the beast may well have been described as having hooves to emphasize its connection with the devil, which was quite popular for people to do when describing something they thought related to another. But, could a gigantic flesh-eating mammal have survived from the prehistoric era until the 17th century, without anybody noticing it? What do you think was lurking in the shadows of Gévaudan all those years ago? Let us know your theory in the comments below, because I would really like to hear your opinion. But, the truth remains, we will probably never know what the Beast of Gévaudan actually was. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video through its entirety. Your support truly means the world to me. And if you enjoyed this type of content, don't forget to subscribe, turn on all notifications, and share it with your friends. Remember, your feedback keeps me motivated and helps me create even better content for you, so if you would like to see more videos about the creepy and mysterious, just like this one, then check back in a couple days, because I post new videos once or twice a week. Well, until next time, thank you again, and stay awesome.